There's one lesson the market beat into me harder than any other. Not through books, not through courses, through losses, real ones. The market doesn't pay you for being active. It pays you for being right. And being right, more often than not, means doing absolutely nothing. That's the part nobody wants to hear. Everyone wants to trade. Everyone wants to feel like they're working, like movement means progress. But the market isn't a slot machine. It's a weighing machine. It doesn't care how many trades you placed. It doesn't care how many hours you stared at the screen. It only pays when the setup is there and you had the patience to wait for it. Not early, not late, right on time. And the only way to be right on time is to stop trying to be in the game every single minute. That's what this video is about. Not a new strategy, not a better indicator. The one thing that actually separates traders who build wealth from traders who just stay busy going broke. You don't get paid for trading. You get paid for waiting. Let's start at the beginning. Because to understand why waiting is so hard, you have to understand what's happening inside you when you're staring at a chart. Your brain doesn't know you're trading. It only knows one thing: there is a threat. When a trade goes against you, your account drops. Your body doesn't say, "Interesting data point." It says, "Danger." The part of your brain built for survival can't tell the difference between a losing position and a predator. It just knows something is attacking you. And when that happens, your thinking brain shuts down. The part that calculates probability, the part that sees clearly, it goes offline. And what takes over is pure reaction: fight, chase, escape. That's not weakness. That's biology. That's a nervous system doing exactly what it was built to do. Now let's talk about what that actually looks like, because you've felt this. You see a clean setup. You know it's valid. You've seen it work 100 times, but you hesitate. Something in you says, "Not yet. Wait, maybe something's wrong," so you miss the entry. Or you're in a trade, it's moving against you. Your stop is right there. You set it yourself, but you move it just a little, just to give it room, just to avoid the pain of being wrong. And the trade keeps going against you, and you move it again. Or you're finally in a winner, it's running, everything is working, but you can't breathe. That profit feels fragile, like it could disappear any second, so you close it early. You cut your winner short. You let your losers run. You know exactly what you did wrong, and you still did it. Does that sound familiar? That pattern: hesitating, moving stops, cutting winners, that's not a strategy problem. That's not a knowledge problem. You know what to do, you just can't do it. Here's the truth most trading content won't give you. It's not lack of discipline. It's not weakness. It's not that you're not cut out for this. It's your nervous system trying to protect you. The losing trade felt like a threat, so your body responded. The potential profit felt like it could be taken from you, so your hands moved before your mind could stop them. This is not failure. This is a nervous system doing its job in the wrong environment. And when you understand that, something shifts. The shame loosens. You stop fighting yourself. And you can finally start to see clearly. Now I want to slow down here, because this is the part most people skip. We rush straight to the solution. New rules, new systems, new discipline hacks. But before any of that, there's something more important. You have to learn to see, not see the chart, see yourself. Because here's what's actually happening when you're in a trade and fear hits. There is a sensation in your chest. There is a thought saying, "Get out now." There is an urge pulling your hand toward the mouse. But you are not that sensation. You are not that thought. You are not that urge. Those things are arising. They're appearing like clouds passing through the sky. The problem isn't that fear appears. The problem is that you become it. You stop being the trader watching the market and you become the fear reacting to it. That's the real trap. Not the trade, not the setup, the identification. I am scared. I am losing. I am failing. But what if instead you could just see it? Fear is here, a thought is here, an urge is here. And you, the one watching all of it, you're still here too. Separate, steady, clear. That space, that tiny gap between sensation and action, that is where trading skill actually lives. Not in your strategy, in that space. And the reason most traders never find it is because the emotional volume is too loud to hear anything else. Which brings us to the practical part. If your nervous system is the problem, if emotional volume is what collapses your clarity, then the solution is not more willpower. The solution is to turn down the volume. And the most reliable way to do that is position size. Not because small size is safe, because small size is quiet. When the risk is low enough that your nervous system doesn't treat it as a threat, suddenly you can see again. The fear doesn't fire. The survival brain stays offline. The thinking brain stays on. You can actually watch the trade. You can observe the price movement without needing it to go your way. You can follow your rules because your body isn't fighting them. That's what trading boring sizes actually does. It's not about being cautious. It's about creating the conditions where clear seeing is even possible. Now I know what part of you is saying right now, this feels too slow. This feels weak. I need bigger trades. I need to make real money. I need this to mean something. That voice, that restless, impatient voice is not ambition. It's noise. It's the same survival response dressed up in a different story. Go bigger is just fear with confidence. Move faster is just avoidance with urgency. What you're really saying is, I can't sit with uncertainty. I need the trade to resolve so I can stop feeling this. But the market doesn't resolve on your schedule. It moves when it moves. And the trader who can sit with uncertainty, who can observe without reacting, who can wait without forcing, that trader has an edge that no indicator can give you. You are not shrinking by trading small. You are removing distortion. You are learning to see the market without your nervous system editing the picture. So what does success actually look like then? Not the trade that made you money, not the big win, not the account milestone. Success is you saw the setup and you waited. You felt the urge to enter early and you watched it pass. You were in a trade, fear arrived, and you stayed. Not because you were fearless, because you could see the fear without becoming it. That's the new definition: clean execution, clarity of action, consistency of process. The money follows that, not the other way around. And here's the final piece. When you stop taking trades personally, when the loss is not a judgment of your worth, when the win is not proof that you're finally okay, the market stops feeling like a threat. Because it was never the market. It was always the meaning you gave it. Every tick was a verdict. Every red candle was a failure. Every missed entry was proof of something. But price movement is just price movement. There is no story in it until you put one there. The trader who sees that clearly, who can watch the market like weather, interesting, always changing, never personal, that trader is free. Not free from loss, free from suffering over loss. And in that freedom, patience becomes natural, waiting becomes simple, the right trade becomes obvious. Your job is not to trade more. Your job is to see more clearly. Wait for the setup that's actually there, not the one you need to be there. Protect your capital not just from bad trades, but from the version of you that trades from fear. Because that version is never going to build anything. But the version that can see clearly, that can wait, that can act without desperation, that version compounds. That version survives. That version wins.